planning everything. You're winning all your goals by that. And yes, I know that organization, planification, and to have goals are good for you, but I don't mean that. When I tell you to stop planning everything, I mean that you should stop your obsession to have control over everything around you, because there are a lot of things that ain't going to be the way you like and you can't control. And now what? If you don't like an external factor, what do? Do you give up? Because in reality, it makes you much stronger to know how to control things from the I can't do anything to solve this than fighting against something that you can't control. Most of the people fall apart during that moment. They get frustrated, they complain, or simply abandon a plan just because the things didn't go the way they wanted. But the reality is that you can't spend your whole life fighting against something that's out of your control. But you can, and you should do, is to learn how to control yourself in those situations. Because that's where people who only plan separate themselves from the people who really advance. And let me tell you something that really changed my mindset when planning my goals. It is better done than perfect. I mean, I understand that you want to have everything well controlled, but the thing is, if you don't start acting now, you're never going to know what to improve. Planning is in the enemy. To organize yourself, to define goals, and to know where you're going, all of that is necessary. The problem starts when that planning becomes an excuse to not move. You start by wanting a map and end up wanting to have control over every single stone on the road. You want to know exactly how it's going to be the trip, to watch every single step for what's going to happen on the next move. And that is impossible because life doesn't work this way. That obsession with controlling every single detail is what keeps you stuck. You always tell yourself that you are not ready yet, that you are going to start when you have everything clear, or that you need to change something to make everything perfect. Come on, that moment will never come. There's going to be always something that will never fit, something that wasn't a plan or something that you can't control. And the reality is that I'm going to tell you something that may hurt you. You can waste months or even years of your life waiting for everything to be perfect, while others with less resources, less knowledge, and less skills are much more advanced than you. They move forward just because they accept the fact that there's going to be always things they are not able to control. For example, people who don't comply, unforeseen events, last minute changes. Everything happens, life happens. The difference is that they are not paralyzed by that, and you are. And here I want to tell you my story because that shit happened to me. I have experienced it, mostly by my content, always trying to be perfect, a perfect director, a perfect storyteller, everything. And now, once I accept that I can control everything that's around me, I'm more happier. I'm happier now, and I can tell that the content I will upload on my personal brand and everything is going to be perfect now. I don't care if it's perfect because I love it. That's it. You understand? So the greatest advice I can give you is to stop fighting against everything you can control and use it to your advantage. And above all, just stop waiting for everything to be perfect, because that moment won't arrive. And now, it's up to you. Start doing things and correcting them along the way, or just wait for everything to be perfect and continuing to wait for something that will solve your life. And I can tell you that that moment will never come. Thanks to you for watching the video, and subscribe if you want to learn how to stop worrying about everything you can't control.